What's up, guys? I'm back, and we have a new series starting this time. It's going to be out every Sunday, so either you wake up to it on Sunday morning, and instead of going to church, you'll just sit back and watch this video. Or, you pick it up any other day of the week. Anyway, next week, I'll go ahead and get into what we got coming up. We're going to have Mad Coyote and myself. We're going to do a fun little dual comm. Probably talk about, some of the funny occurrences that have happened throughout the tattoo shop since we've been working together. And so that should be pretty fun. So anyway, this one here I want to really talk about on, how I got into video games. And it's kind of unique, but I'm sure, it's happened to a lot of people. So, just so you know, I am terrible at telling stories, like unbelievably terrible at telling stories. I can't even get jokes right half the goddamn time, let alone a fucking story. So let's see how this pans out, and hopefully it turns out okay. So anyway, I remember being a little kid. We had a Atari 2600, and it was like the coolest fucking thing. I didn't know anybody else that had video games or anything like that. And, you're playing Pong and Donkey Kong and stuff like that. And I loved it. I couldn't get enough. And, being, 3, 4, 5 years old, and that's what you did. You didn't want to go outside and play. Of course, I did go outside and play a lot. But, I played video games all the damn time. That's what I loved doing. And, once Nintendo came out, that thing was just incredible. Me and my mom and my brother and my sister, we would just sit back and we played Mario so fucking much. And it was retarded how much we played Mario. My dad used to bitch about how much video games we played, especially Mario. He said, and I kind of remember this slightly, he was talking about how many bricks we broke with Mario's little fist or head or whatever the fuck he was hitting with the brick. And I've always remembered that to this day, and I don't know why. But that is one of my fondest memories about, the early video games. And, growing up, of course I had Nintendo, I had Sega, I had the 32X, I had the Sega CD. Of course, I had Game Genies for all the systems. We had the Jaguar system. And then the video game world changed really, really fast. And they started making handhelds. And of course, everybody knows what the fuck a Game Boy system is. And I had to have one. And the Christmas time when it came out, I don't remember how old I was. But I remember I was really, really young. I remember being probably about 5th or 6th grade, maybe 7th, going into 7th, maybe. I don't really remember. But I do remember I got one from my grandmother for Christmas. And my grandmother has been the biggest supporter for video games ever. Unfortunately, she is now passed away, but that's okay. I know she's in a better place and not on this hell fucking earth. Anyway, Game Boy was huge to me. I had so many games, and I didn't just get one for Christmas. I got 2, and I also got this little fanny pack to go along with it, to carry my Game Boy to YMCA camp and all that fun shit. And I loved my fucking Game Boy. One of my favorite games was the Super Mario that came out on it, and Killer Instinct. I loved Killer Instinct when it came out. And, of course, Sega had to try and up them, and they came out with the Game Gear, and I got the Game Gear, and that one was color, and I hated the Game Gear so much. I remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog on Game Gear, and it wasn't cutting it. Matter of fact, it was a 16 gigabyte, or not gigabyte, a 16-bit system, in a handheld, which was fucking amazing. And then, my grandmother, she came in and she got me a Super Nintendo. And, of course, the world changed again for me, and, all these cool fucking games, and, uh, we just had a blast. And then I remember, you know, being old enough, and I finally got enough money when the very first PlayStation came out. And it was just so amazing. I had to have one. And that was the very first system I ever bought with my own hard-earned money. And, I loved it. Great, great investment. I went on to do Mortal Kombat tournaments in it. And, it drastically changed my life. And, then PlayStation 2 came out. The Xbox came out. I did own the Xbox. I did not buy the Xbox 360 when it first came out, though. That is one of the only systems that I never actually bought the day it released. The other console that I did not buy the day of release was the Wii U. I don't know why anybody would want to buy that thing. I almost did. I'll be honest. I almost bought one because I thought it was going to be like the next Wii. I thought it was going to be fucking amazing. So, the story of my life, it pretty much, I started playing video games when I was like 3 or 4, with my uncle and my mom. And here I am 33 years old now. And I am still playing video games. And I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm a bit above average. And just like bicycles did, to me, yeah, I've taken from the driveway to, all over the place, including, over to Europe for a month. But that's, a whole nother story. That's a whole bunch of fun and games and antics. So, anyway, no matter how old you are, video games will always be fun. There's always going to be something new. They're always going to come up with something even better than they had before. And, I think this world is just getting better with the video game industry. I think some companies do need to step up and start producing some better stuff. But, we'll get back into that later on. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It is a pleasure for me to start a whole new agenda for YouTube and for a few other things. And if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You want to follow me. Everybody wants to follow me. Nah, I'm just kidding. Not everybody wants to follow a little old guy playing video games. Anyway, stay tuned till next week when we're going to have Mad Coyote with the dual cam. And let's see what kind of crazy antics we talk about, because we've had some very, very interesting stuff happen to us in the past 4 or 5 years. And, you'd be surprised by some of the shit that happens between the two of us, It's just unreal, just random, insane, don't even know how the hell shit happens type of stuff. So anyway, I guess you'll just have to wait till next Sunday to hear about any of that shit. So, anyway, I will see you on the next video, guys. Take care.